What if we don't know everything about our context? What if we don't know everything about what's best and what's right and what's real and what's true? What if we each only know one side or see one side of a multi-dimensional and always changing and evolving reality? If that's the case, then we need to put our perspectives together in relation to one another and allow them to mingle and change, and never to assume that we've closed a loop, that we know it all. And finally, that we have the responsibility not to sit still and only look from one direction.
Any social problem that we face, it actually demands different people from different disciplines to solve it.
My name is Dan Hayden. I'm an ecologist and epidemiologist in an institute called Biodiversity, Animal Health and Comparative Medicine. I identified rather quickly that this network was doing really interesting new things in thinking about some really hard problems. I mean, not only across disciplines, but actually across cultures, which is what a lot of this network's about.
SFA is bringing research practitioners and scientists from the north and south together. So through that experience, through that mingling, I think we can learn a lot, and there can be a lot of changes in mindset that can happen. But the shared goal is the same, sustainable futures, and I think everybody, whether you're from Glasgow or from Nigeria or wherever, we're all passionate about that.
I was fascinated by the intra as well as inter-country collaborations, inter-institution opportunities, and that kept me going. And the SFA was a learning platform on how to engage communities, how to give back to communities, and that in itself, seeing that consolidated beyond the projects is a major achievement for them, that we have fashioned a way by which Sustainable Africa could stand on its own, have a structure of its own, an operational template or blueprint, if I may use that word. So whatever you are, we are giving you a platform to use your skills, your competencies, your experiences for the benefit of the society.
So from the moment we came together, I facilitated conversations, I facilitated presentations where colleagues across disciplines were forced to come together and meet each other and talk to each other and realized each other's common interests. And then when countries came together, we also realized our cross-national common interests. And from there, our initiatives and our actions just made themselves obvious. It became obvious very quickly that a missing link was our ways and pathways into communities, working with communities, and working with non-academic organizations. And that's therefore how the work that we started to focus on. And the interest in the work on a community level, on an academic level, on a non-academic level, has just quite quickly mushroomed.
Specifically, it's the interdisciplinarity is significant, and then it's then also across several countries. So it gives you room to learn about what others are doing and make comparison with what you're doing and where you can improve and where you can share knowledge, and probably widen your horizon in terms of understanding. And it gives a different dimension to actually what we've been doing formally. This is something that we are doing almost outside the box.
Well, the difference here is that this one is interdisciplinary, cross-disciplinary, and that makes it very interesting.
Every stakeholder, including local communities, are all involved in this. That's the unique thing. The rest can be specialized groups, but the difference is that you have everybody working for the same individual, working for the same environment. That's the difference we have with Sustainable Futures.
So Ubuntu it goes against the philosophy of individualism and says that we are only whole when we're part of a community, and that it brings in that compassion and empathy that we can only be happy when others are happy. So if you find that you are fine, you're rich and you're okay, but there are communities who are suffering, then instead of building walls, you would actually invite the community over and try to bring in some kind of equality in some ways. So how is this related to SFA? SFA, again, is a network that's bridging, sort of like a bridge between the North and the South, and bringing a community together. And we're sharing knowledge, and we know that there are lots of problems in Africa, and we are trying to tackle those problems in order to achieve a sustainable future for Africa. So that is the kind of, in the spirit of Ubuntu, if everybody comes together with that empathy and that compassion, and not for our career goals or anything, to achieve anything, but and to be caring for the other person, for the members of the network, and the community in general, and the continent in general, then that makes a big difference if you come with that philosophy.
What I find most interesting with the SFA network is that it's inclusive. There are people from the arts, from education, from engineering, from all different kinds of disciplines that come together to work together, as well as from academia, NGOs, that's the non-governmental organization sector, as well as local communities coming together to work towards a sustainable future, well, for Africa. It's based on the assumption that arts is something that can be shared and something that can be participated with, and as an act of living, as a way of life, as a way of culture. So the Sustainable Futures in Africa included the Arts and Cultures projects to work together with the rest of the ongoing projects to see what the role of arts and culture is in the sustainability of the African continent. So we've had a number of projects going on. There's one going on in Uganda where young people are participating in the process of recycling. In Nigeria, there was a project that looked at cultural practices and how these intersect with the agriculture sector, how these intersect with sustainability of crops. And in Botswana, they have also been developing arts-based relationships with arts organizations to build from the network further. In Malawi, we've had stakeholders meetings, stakeholders that include artists and different other sectors coming together to explore what the role of the arts might be in looking at the sustainability of the African continent. So I think it brings together various people from different walks of life from the African continent, as well as from the Northern Hemisphere, if I may put it. So I think for me, it's mostly the inclusive nature of the network that attracts me to it, and the acknowledgement that all these sectors coexist together, and if they work together, we would most likely see a more sustainable Africa.
Anybody who expresses interest in the work that we're doing, we're really pleased to hear from. We have an amazing team of people who are focused on communications, both internally within the network but also externally to the public. And so I think that we are really actively looking for people who are interested and want to hear about and learn about and also get involved. But we are, as quickly as we can, building towards a structure whereby we can invite people on a transparent level to be part of this community and contribute and benefit from this community.